Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Julie and you can find out more about what I do in the description box below. So we're here to do this week's pick a card reading, which is about your message from spirit. And so take that as how you have your own definition of what spirit is. So take that or use that as your guide. So we've got 3 cards or crystals to choose from as per usual. So we've got this beautiful spirit quartz, which was gifted to me. It was, very grateful because I've been wanting spirit quartz for quite a while. So I'm so great that it just landed in my lap. And then we've got Amazonite as the crystal for group 2, which is beautiful as well. Reminds me of an iceberg. And then for group 3, we've got rose quartz, raw rose quartz, which I absolutely love as well. This was also a gift to me. I'm grateful to be gifted with so many things. So choose the group either by card or crystal that resonates with you. So group 1, 2 or 3, and then click on the description box or the timestamp in the description box below to see what your message from spirit is. I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. So let's see what your message from spirit is. So just to let you know, I'm using the Angel Feather Oracle deck, which I didn't mention at the beginning, but never mind. I find it's a beautiful deck and you don't need to believe in angels. I just love feathers in general. So you've got gold angel feather and you've got message full circle. So the angels acknowledge and applaud the wonderful effort you've put in. You are transforming from an ordinary human into a spiritual being. So that's really nice. And this is what the message I get from this is really about. The word that came up is honoring yourself, and really that's the message for the channel guidance this week as well. So I guess that's why I'll put the link in the description box so you can take a look at that as well. But really it's about really appreciating all the work that you've done. You've been working really hard on yourself, and even though you may not feel it, because often we don't even realize how much work we're doing just by being aware. And this is not necessarily work in the physical sense, this is work like in your own development, in becoming more aware of yourself, because the more aware that you can become of who you are and how you act and how you treat yourself, then that will just be reflected in your life, and also be what you give to others, because we can only give what we do for ourselves, which is really counteractive to what we're told that's counteractive to what I was told growing up. It was always about doing more for others and doing things for others, but I was lost in that. There was no me. And growing up I've come to realize that it's my job to do that, to honor myself, and to really give myself what I need to, so to acknowledge, applaud, approve of myself really. And when we do that, then everything really changes. So really give yourself, I would say, take some time out. That's what I'm hearing, like just take some time out, go out into nature and really just be kind to yourself, be loving to yourself. If you feel like it, you can ask yourself, or write down how much you've grown over the past year or this year, just in general. What has changed for you, what are you proud of, and really give yourself that love that you really deserve and desire, I'm sure. And the best love we can give is really to ourselves. It's coming from others, it's lovely, but when we give it to ourselves, it's just uncomparable with anything else. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say as well. So for group 1, what's the message? Oops, I have to pick that up. Let me quickly pick that up now. They seem very active today, the cards. So let's see what else. Oops. I think these two want to come out. Okay. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck you've got the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is someone who is in their emotions and feels, and you know, is that Cancerian, Pisces and Scorpion energy, and so, you know, you just in those emotions, but she has also mastered them in the sense that she doesn't just get drawn by them, but she's able to be there with them and observe them. And so you're being asked to do that as well by Spirit, to really you know, go into that emotional space, especially if it's not something you're comfortable with. It can be a bit scary, but doing that, and you know, it links in with this full circle, because when you can be kind to yourself and, you know, really give yourself all that love and attention that you're desiring, it's really going to help you move forward. And that's what, you know, Spirit wants for you, what the universe wants for us in general, is to grow and, you know, develop. So I'm going to move that there. Okay, and so the first card that came out was the Two of Wands. And so the Two of Wands is looking out, and so he's got the almost like the world in his hands, and he's looking out and just almost trying to figure out what is it that he wants. And so, you know, perhaps you're coming to the end of a cycle, you've just completed something, or you're asking yourself, what is it that I want now? And, you know, it's, you know, I guess that's why the review was coming through, about reviewing your life, because when you do that, you can start to get clear about what it is that you actually want. Because almost like the message I'm getting is that you're moving into a new phase, and it's really important to get clear about where it is that you want to go now. And perhaps in the past it's been a bit unconscious, or it's just been what everyone else has wanted for you. But now Spirit is asking you to decide what is it that you want for yourself, and everything is available to you. It's just really you deciding what you want. So really take that time to go into your heart space, and that, you know, maybe it's going to nature, or you know, whatever it is that gets you into, you know, this grounded listening space, and really just hear what, you know, or feel what it is that you would like or want ideally in your world right now. And because everything is possible, it's just really getting that clarity about what it is that you want. And then you've got the Chariot, and so the Chariot is about movement, moving forward. And so, you know, when you get clear about what it is that you want, then everything will move forward. It's just when you're not clear, or, and it's not really it's not always that we, or, you know, lack clarity. It's more that we doubt that it's possible, and it's that doubt that we have that you know, makes us either aim small, or, you know, we just don't ask for what we want. But you know, if you were to really understand, really know at a deep level that everything is possible, then what is it that you'd really like? And, you know, really go into that and allow yourself to feel into what it is that you really want, and to go deep as well, not to just say, I just want money, or I just want a new job. But, you know, what does that really mean, you know, in terms of your life? Because more money, if, you know, it just sits there, doesn't do anything, but it's the impact that that money will have. So get into that understanding of what it is that you want, because that clarity will help you, because if you're not emotionally invested in your dream, like, you know, it doesn't excite you, or it doesn't, you know, make you wake up and, you know, jump out of bed, then it's really probably not for you. Because when we're really passionate about something and want something, it's strong in us, the energy is very strong. So just take that into consideration. And then you've got the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is, you know, it's a fire energy, and it's, you know, action and doing, but also someone who's in their power. And so, you know, this is almost a step, you know, you're moving towards, like really encompassing that power of, yes, I can have everything that I want. I can, you know, achieve anything that I want, or, you know, that energy of he's not worrying or thinking, no, nothing's possible. He knows that it is. And so it's, you know, by giving yourself the credit that you've created your own life. So give yourself credit, and even if there are things that have happened that have not been so, you know, joyful, they are part of your life experience, and we'll always have that because we're meant to learn and grow. But, you know, give yourself the credit for all that you have done, and then get clear about what it is that you want, and then things will move forward, and you'll realize that actually you can create everything that you want in your life. Everything is possible. It's just whether you really want it or not. And that's where our emotions are really important. So I feel called to just pull out one or two starseed cards. So let me just shuffle those for you. Message for group one. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck you've got truth. See your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth, which is amazing. And then the card that came out was transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations, and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Oh, that's just beautiful. I have nothing more to say. Oh, so I hope that resonates with you, group one. You know, obviously if it doesn't, then, you know, choose another card deck. But it really feels like you're onto something new. Things are going to move forward. Just get clear about what it is that you want, and you'll realize the power that you actually do have to create what it is that you truly want. Thanks so much for watching, group one. I'll see you at another reading. Bye. Hi, group two. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what your message from Spirit is this week. So I'm just going to pull the card, which is the Angel Feather Oracle. And don't worry if you don't, you know, if you're not aligned with angels, it's just, we'll get to the real core message. So the message is, expect good luck. The angels excitedly ask you to ready yourself, as good fortune is on its way. Be grateful and thankful. Expect only the best. That's such a beautiful message and very clear. And so the message I'm also getting is, sometimes, you know, you might get into that state of, oh, nothing good happens to me, and, you know, this isn't possible. It's almost, the message behind it is, really start to expect that good things happen to you. That good thing, you know, it's your birthright really to experience joy and love throughout your entire life. You know, contrary to what we get told, that we need to earn love, that we need to earn all this type of stuff. Makes me laugh because, you know, as time goes, you know, it's taken me a while, but, you know, I realize now how rubbish all of that really is, and how untrue it is. Because you know, as a child, as children, we knew that we were deserving and worthy of everything, but then we got told that, you know, by our caregivers or by society, that wasn't the case. And so now we're having to do a lot of unlearning, which, you know, is great. It's the more that you can unlearn the past, unlearn those old experiences and conditionings, the more that you free yourself. And this is one of them, to actually expect that good things are going to come your way, to know from your, and I think the more that you start to you know, either use that as a mantra, or to have that at the forefront within you, the more that you'll start to know it as a truth, and not just as an idea. Okay, maybe that could be true, but actually no, this is something that's meant for you. So that's lovely, group two. So let's just see what the tarot has to say for you. So I just realised that my microphone has been covered, so hopefully you've been able to hear. Okay, so let's see, what's the message for group 2? I might just quickly move this. Okay, so what else do we have to say for group 2? Okay. Oops, so let's just make sure that you can see that. So at the bottom of the deck you've got the sun, which is, you know, a really, it's the brightest, or the, just trying to think of the right word. It's meant just to be, you know, one of happiness and joy and fulfillment, and so it aligns very much with expect good luck. And so, you know, really do enjoy the pleasures that life has for you. Expect that good things are going to happen to you, and that your life is bright, that there are sunflowers and sunshine around you. Yeah, it's really, really important just to get into that that state of joy, and, you know, being grateful for what we have. Because when we're in that state, then we align with that loving feeling, that, you know, that loving energy, and that's how we really create what we want. I mean, we also create the things that we don't want by aligning with fear and things like that. And so the universe gives you what you focus on. So just pay attention to that. And so the first card that came out was the Three of Cups. And so the Three of Cups is about celebration, which, you know, again is something exciting is coming your way, and to appreciate, you know, it could be that you get to see your friends again, and, you know, that can be a source of fulfillment and happiness, or meeting you know, new friends, meeting a community, and just really having those celebrations, those connections. And yeah, I just see such a joyful time, and so really look forward to those joyful times. And then you've got the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is you know, someone who is in their emotions, but is a, you know, it normally is connected with the element of water, sorry, so like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in astrology. And so we've got basically, you know, this water happening all around. There's boats that are kind of on the waves, but there's also, he's very grounded despite everything that's happening around him. He's grounded, he knows where he's at, he feels his emotions, but he's also learnt to master them. And so what that means is that, you know, we aren't really our emotions. We can feel them, but it's really important to allow ourselves to feel them and experience that, because that's how we learn more about ourselves and really learn and grow. But it's to remember that we aren't our emotions, that we are more than that. And, you know, when we realize that, then they don't overwhelm us, they don't hit us as hard as when we're not aware of that fact. And most of the time, you know, emotions get a bad rap, especially, I remember when I was younger, and, you know, I've always been sensitive, but I was told, no, you need to be strong, and, you know, don't cry and don't do all those type of things. And so it became, what's the word, it became sort of drummed into me that emotions, you know, it's not good to be emotional, it's not good to feel those emotions. So, you know, almost a part of me got cut off. Whereas our emotions are a part of us, and they're, you know, part of our guidance system. And by understanding how we're feeling, or recognizing how we're feeling, it means that we can shift things. If we're feeling bad and we give ourselves that space and time, eventually those will move on very quickly. But by acknowledging them, we also recognize that, you know, we're in a place that doesn't necessarily make us happy, and, you know, if we give ourselves the space and time, they will shift, they will move. So we're not controlled by them. It's just the part of the human experience. So that's kind of a long explanation. And then we've got the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about moving into calmer waters. So perhaps life has been a bit choppy for you. You know, there's been a lot happening. It's been up and down, and, you know, maybe it's been a bit stressful and challenging. But Spirit wants you to know that things are moving into a better place, that you're moving on, and you don't need to worry. And, you know, it's like, go into that new energy of expecting good things to happen to you, that you are worthy, that you are deserving of this. Yeah, that's really coming through quite strongly. And to appreciate what you do have as well. That seems to be, might be a strong message across all of the groups actually. But yeah, things are moving on, things are getting better. And I see the whale jumping there. So it's about, even when life is going, you know, you're going through you know, those deep emotions, there's always joy within your reach. And it doesn't mean you have to be depressed and then suddenly be like, oh, okay, I'm joyful now. But, you know, it's just when you're in that, sometimes even feeling those deep emotions can be a source of joy. But, you know, it's just to recognize, remember that there is joy, always joy around you, or, you know, accessible by you. So I just want to pull out some starseed cards. So let's just see which ones want to come out for you, group 2. Okay. So channel. You are a channel through which healing energy. Oops, can't see. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. So, you know, you really do have an impact on the world, whether you recognize it or not. So, you know, the more that you can inhabit this new energy of, you know, really expecting good things, knowing your worth, and, you know, being just present with your emotions, then the more that you're able to reach others and have that positive effect on them. And observation, expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. And so, yeah, again, that is, you know, just with our emotions, it's just really about being with them, observing them, not necessarily getting into all of the stories behind it, but just observing. And that's all, you know, that's the best thing we can do with life in general, is just to observe and notice what's happening around us. So thanks for watching, group 2. It's been really lovely reading for you, and I hope the message resonates, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye. Hi, group 3, welcome to your reading. So let's see what what message Spirit has for you. So you've got difficulties resolved. The angels are present to inform you that a particularly difficult period in your life is coming to an end. Oh, well, that's lovely, isn't it? You know, if you've been going through a hard time and things have been challenging, and, you know, this year has been such a big year for, I would say, everybody. It's, you know, being lots of growth, lots of learning, and, you know, not always easy either. And so just know that things are moving into calmer waters, that you're yes, you might, yeah, if it resonates with you, group 2 might be interesting for you as well. But just to know that things are moving on, so that's lovely. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say for you, group 2. What's the message for group 2? Okay. Oh gosh, there's quite a lot. We might be taking all of those. Very jumpy today, these cards. Okay. Yes, as you can see, just one more. I gotta laugh. Okay. Yeah. All right. And so we've got at the bottom of the deck the King of Swords. And so the King of Swords is someone who's very much about speaking their truth. They're in their authenticity, you know, like he's got that sword there. It's like, I just look at him and he looks quite fierce, like, you know, don't mess with me type of thing. And so, you know, I'm getting like the message that it's really important for you to really be authentic and to speak your truth. And you know what this experience, if you're having a challenging time, you know, it's really teaching you about that, how important it is to be authentic. And you know, your situation might change because, you know, once you start to be in your truth and your authentic self, and you are who you are, then yeah, the outside world does change because it no longer resonates with you. Sorry, you start to vibrate at a different frequency, and so as a result, situations that, you know, are low vibration or lower than where you are at no longer work for you. So you know, if you start to see, okay, friends are starting to leave your life, that, you know, things feel like they're starting to break down, it's actually a really positive thing, because, you know, in order to move forward, sometimes we have to say goodbye to those things that no longer work for us. And it's to take that time to, you know, honor that in yourself, and, you know, feelings of sadness and letting go, which, you know, not always easy things to experience. But yeah, the more that you can just allow yourself to flow with what is happening in your life, and not, you know, try and hold on to situations that actually aren't for you anymore. And that's really where we cause ourselves the most pain, is when we try to hold on to situations that actually aren't for us. You know, whether it's a relationship, or whether it's, you know, a job, as I mentioned before, or, you know, any situation where we're holding on. The best thing when we're holding on is to let go. And you know, this can feel scary because we don't know. It's almost like, if I let go, then what will happen? And it's that feeling of loss of control, and, you know, the unknown. But all I can say is that from my own experience, and also, you know, messages that Spirit is sharing as well, is, you know, the more that you can let go and surrender, the more gifts that you can allow into your life. And so, you know, I think that, yeah, that's really lovely. So just remember that group 3. And so the first card that came out, and it was actually in reverse, so I think, and for me, for some reason, this is about, you know, in the past, there was this conflict, but you know, it's turning around now because it was upside down. So it's almost like the situation is resolving itself, or has resolved itself. And so, yeah, probably wasn't that pleasant if you see this card with all these people fighting. So, you know, have compassion for yourself, for what you've experienced, and also, you know, see what the learning was from that. What did you learn? So I mentioned, you know, about being in your truth, and speaking your authentic, how do I say, being authentic, and speaking your authentic truth. Words have been hard to say over the past week for some reason, or actually it's probably been longer than that. Must be something special happening energy-wise. Funnily enough, you've got the Ace of Swords coming up, and this is a new beginning in being authentic and speaking your truth, and yeah, really being, yeah, I just see this, like, you know, this long sword, and someone who's just really centered and grounded. There's no kind of, no, I won't say that because, you know, I don't want to hurt anyone, or I won't say that because maybe I'm wrong. It's like, no, this is what I know as a truth, or this is what I feel as a truth, and so this is what I'm going to say. And doing that, you build this authenticity around you, which will just, you know, help you to attract all that aligns with that energy as well. And so, you know, if you don't know already, and maybe it's just getting the message, so it's almost like a reminder, you attract who you are. So if you're not being authentic, then don't be surprised if you're surrounded by people who are like that as well. And so, you know, the best way, it's almost like a new beginning for you, is to be that which you want to attract into your life. And you know, this applies to everything. If we want to be more abundant, yet all we think about is how little we have, then it's really hard to get into that abundant state. Whereas when we start to feel into, okay, well, actually we have so much already, I've got food on the table, I've got, you know, loved ones around me, I can have fresh water every day, you know, these are amazing gifts, really, when we think about how much of the world doesn't have access to that. So you know, it's really important that you do speak your truth, you know, if that hasn't been a part of your life, and to really be authentic about what you feel, or how you're feeling about things. And then the last card is the Seven of Wands. And so for me, this is, you know, you see this guy who's fighting, but really it feels like he's fighting against himself. And so for me, this is a card of internal conflict. And so where is it that you feel internally conflicted? So, because generally that's we don't get what we want because we're conflicted inside, whether we think, oh, we can't have that, or you know, we doubt ourselves. And so it's really about, where is the conflict within you? What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? And you know, how is that creating conflict within you? Because once you can resolve that, then you know, things can move forward with much more ease, and you know, you get more clear. But if you're in that state of, you know, fighting against yourself, you know, I want to have abundance, but actually I don't feel very abundant, and I don't really have that much, and you know, that's an example of conflict. So it's, you know, okay, I don't have, you know, you have to resolve that. You have to acknowledge what you don't, what you're feeling and experiencing, but to remember that that's an idea that got planted in you somehow, and that is not the reality, because the reality is that we are abundant beings. It's our birthright to have everything that, you know, we deeply desire, not just everything that we want, but what is really good for us. And so, you know, when we're aligned with that, then it all happens very smoothly and easily. And it's when, you know, we're not in alignment, that things don't happen the way, or in a way, with ease. So just overall, group 3, just know that things are being resolved if they haven't already, and to really step into your truth and be authentic, and look at areas where you know, there may be conflict within you, and try and understand how you can resolve that conflict. So let's just see. Just want to pick one starseed card for you. Oops. And so you've got stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness and compassion. Oh, so that's really lovely. You know, really take that time to be still and know that what you're experiencing is just what, you know, it's just an experience. It's not, it's nothing, it's not about you as such. It doesn't, how do I say this? Yeah, it doesn't show you who you are. It's more just an experience and a learning opportunity. And then at the bottom of the deck you have wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. So that's, you know, wonderful as well. You know, everything is really an opportunity to learn and grow. So I hope that resonates with you, group 3. It's been really lovely reading for you, and I look forward to seeing you at another reading. Bye now.